Hello there. Mm, the tragic story of Lina Bauer. This is a fictional story. I started writing it down when I was 21, I think. I'm 35 now, and I have shown this story to 3, 4 people. It's a short one, like couple of pages. I don't know how long this video will be, but so Lina Bauer lived with her mother in a small community, and her mom was working as a librarian. She was working at the library, and Lena was 17. She was supposed to go to the city the next year to study and work. She hated living in the small communities. Everybody know each other. Everybody knows this and that. So for her, it was no way that she was going to spend the rest of her life there like her mom. So one day, that day came when Lena decided now it's time for me to move. And in the city, she had a friend. Her friend lived has lived in the city in her entire life, and she called her she called her friend Josie and told her that she was coming and she's gonna move, that she has found one bedroom apartment. Josie got really excited and told her that she couldn't wait to meet her, to show her around, to see all the hot spots. So the day she turned 18, her mom already knew that Lena was going to the city, so they had their last date together. They spent cooking, enjoying food, taking a walk, just talking about the life they had lived together in the village, in the small community, in the small town. So the next morning, she had already packed her bag. She took the train to the city, which was 3 hours ride to the city, and she got there. She met her friend. They had a lot of fun. Went all over the city. In the first couple of weeks, she just spent it by traveling inside of the city, visiting different stores, different restaurants. And when the school started, she had already found herself a job as a waitress. She worked there for a couple of months, but then she got the call from her mother that she had cancer, and that um, she was going through some uh, treatments, and the treatments cost her mom a lot of money. She had to spend every penny she had to pay for her treatments, and the insurance didn't cover her treatments. And to Lena, that was devastating. She went back the weekend next after the call. She met her mom. She stayed there for 2 days, and then on Monday, early in the morning, hours before going to school, she took the train back to the city, and she thought she had to find a new job a job that would pay her more money. She kept looking around, and she did find one. She started working with her new job, which had flexible hours. She didn't have to go to a physical place to work. She could do it anywhere. She made a lot of money, and she eh, used that money to send it to her mom so that she can pay for her treatments. While studying, of course, through her studies, through her school, she met a lot of people, even wealthy one, and her job was to get connected with a wealthy one. Anyone who had money, anyone who could afford her services. And Lina, she was a beautiful woman. She had a beautiful face, good looking body. Anyone who laid eyes on her would want to be with her. Why wouldn't anyone? She was very attractive. She would work every day, 7 days a week, and she managed through her job to pay for her mom's treatments. Oh, sorry. I know that must have sounded a lot. She paid for her treatments. She even managed to get her mom a better car so that she could, you know, her old car was always at the shop, you know, at the mechanics to be fixed. This broke, that broke, this thing is leaking, that thing is leaking. You know, the thing with the old cars, they never make sense. You want to invest money in a old car, you should expect they doesn't always pay off. Sometimes you lose more money in an old car. Sometimes, if you're lucky, the car is in good shape. Even if it's old, it can carry you for a couple of years without paying extra money for repairs. But this one, her old car was really bad. So her daughter managed to get her money for a brand new car. Not brand new car, it was kind of a used one, you know. So the day came when Lena went home to visit her mom and she saw a different person. Her mom had changed a lot. She had lung cancer and she was puking blood. The doctors have also given her a date when she was going to die, almost, you know. They had given her 6 months. It has already gone 4. She had like 2, maybe 2.5 months left. But because of her bad shape and all that blood puking every day, didn't look like she had 10 weeks left. It looked as if she had 3, 4. But she didn't tell Lena about it. She kept saying, "Oh, it's gonna be okay. Don't worry, honey. It's not a problem. I'm okay. I'm gonna beat this." So Lena left after spending 2 days there. Before leaving, she did all the chores, cleaned her house, did the dishes, made her soup with lots of protein in it so that She didn't have to cook for a week at least. She went back to school and to her job, left her mom. At some point, she realized that she has to work more to be able to provide better treatments, better medicine for her mom. So she quit school and focused 100% on her job. She kept doing that. She sent her mom all over the country to the most expensive doctors, but that didn't help her. There was nobody there really to help Lina. The only person who was there was her aunt, but her aunt didn't have the money. She couldn't help her economically, but she could, however, be with her mom traveling everywhere for a better treatment. That was something that Lina was very thankful. Her aunt Amanda, who lived a block from Lina's mom, so Amanda would give Lina updates. Sometimes her mom couldn't speak on the phone because of her, all the chemo, all the therapy she went through, all the medicine she took. And the cost, the prices just kept going up. But Lina managed to be ahead and kept helping her mom with everything she needed. Then one day, her mom died. Lina was Lina was at Lina was home. She had no idea. Her aunt couldn't find herself to call her to tell her that Lina, this is what happened to your mom. You need to come home. Once she found the courage, she told Lina what happened. Lina was so upset, she was crying. She felt she was all that pain, all that suffering that she felt she went through with her job. All of a sudden, all that became too much for her. She called her friends Juicy. She couldn't wait for her train. She asked Juicy if she could help her drive her back to the town, to her small town where her mom lived. And just like any good friend, Juicy, she she helped her. She drove her. She got to her mom's house, stayed there for a couple of days. They had burial. She had to go pick a casket and all that. Lena was heartbroken. She really thought that she could help her mom to save her life. She did the most horrifying thing to try to save her mom and her life. When she was buried, Lena told her aunt and her friend Juicy what she had done to be there, to be able to provide for her mom's medicine and all the treatments. Lena sold her body to rich people, rich men. She was a prostitute. She prostituted herself. She never thought she would be in a place like that, she felt not only mad that she wasn't able to save her mom, but she couldn't live with herself anymore. Her mom was gone. There was nothing she could do to bring her back. So the one thing she had left was a picture of her and her mom when she was all innocent before going to the city doing what she did. She couldn't live with herself anymore with all that pain. The one thing she loved in the world was her mom. She sacrificed her body for her mom, but at the end she couldn't save her. Every time she looked at herself in the mirror, she felt disgusted. She felt horrible. She felt destroyed physically, mentally, emotionally. There was nothing she could do to change any of that. Sorry, guys, I'm really sorry. So she did the one thing she was so scared of. She said goodbye to her aunt. She headed to the bridge. There was a bridge close by. Under the bridge was a river that was flowing very fast with high uh, water streams. If you couldn't swim that good, there was a chance that you could drown in the streams. She walked all the way to the top of the bridge, and she took a dive into the river. She ended her life. She killed herself. The moral of this story is sometimes, no matter how much we try to change something or to save somebody, sometimes you just gotta accept the reality and try to move on from it, even if that reality is hurtful, even if that whatever happened is unthinkable, that you cannot escape it, you cannot get away from it, no matter how much you try. I wrote that story for my school essay, but at the last minute I changed my mind because the idea was I was going to write about some real person, since uh, the tragic the tragic story of Lina Bauer is not really a real one. Like I said at the beginning of the video, it's a fiction. It's just something I came up with. Probably something like this has happened in the world. You never know. I mean, we got what, 7.4 billion people in the world, and the past what, 100 years, billions of people have lived through times, died through times. Something like this must have happened to somebody, or maybe not. In any case, this was all fiction. But what if something like this did happen, Jesus, I mean, think about it. Would you even be able to survive something like that? I mean, how would you be if you were in a situation like that? Thank you. I'll see you in the next one.